because I'm turning 40 in a month. It's like my midlife crisis.
That's what it is. You're telling me you want the guava one more than
Well,
you
let
want
me
the
ask you
ponzu
this.
one? What?
You got the warm up. I'm thinking about moving out of my house. And I'm gonna buy a bigger house. So today I wanna be positive, be negative. I'll be a little Dr. Jekyll, what was it? Mrs. Hyde?
Dr. Jekyll. Did you say
Mr.
Mrs. Hyde?
Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. I'm gonna talk positively and negatively about why my wife's not gonna let us leave Mauka.
Okay.
If you have a house in Mauka, or you know someone who has a house in Mauka, hit me up because I might wanna buy it. We don't need to necessarily be in any certain elementary school district, but my wife does probably wanna stay in Mauka. I could do Mililani town though. That's like the third fan. I'm not likely gonna be able to get her out of Mililani, but I'm gonna show her Koa Ridge.
Oh, I could be Mililani for Koa Ridge.
Really? Just because it's a new house?
It's very nice.
All right, let's go take a look at Mililani Mauka. All right, so this is where we first moved. When we moved back home to Hawaii from California, we lived in this subdivision. Kedge. Over here, bro. Nah. Cool thing about this place, Ku'ulako, it has the biggest yards.
Yeah.
So, like, if you were ever gonna do a
I was just
townhome,
gonna say, like, this would be if I were doing a townhouse in Mauka or Mililani in general.
the big yard.
This one.
We lived here, and like, why did we choose Mauka? School ratings. We liked that it was double wall construction. The weather's cooler. I love that mountain view, although I don't catch it very often where I live now. When I lived here, I'd walk this area and I'd see it every morning.
Yeah. Just the accessibility to like this kind of stuff for your kids and your family.
Yeah, like the park, the field. But this is also why I kind of don't like Mauka.
Yeah.
It's kind of sterile. Like, do you feel that way?
No.
No?
No, I do. It's boring. I'm not gonna lie.
It's boring, right?
It's boring. There's not like anything happening. I like boring because my daughter is at the age where she goes out and does stuff on her own now.
Yeah.
I'd rather live in a boring neighborhood and feel good about letting her go.
That's the thing. With my kids, age 10 and 7, it's like, this is the American path, right? Because I'm turning 40 in a month, it's like my midlife crisis time.
That's what it is.
You think so?
Probably.
When I talk to Michelle, I'm like, let's do something different. Go get a house that's older and redone with a view or like just something that says we're in Hawaii.
Yeah. I like living in Mililani. I really do. We have a condo in Mililani now, but when I'm game planning for where we want to buy, like in a year or a year and a half or 2 years, I'm not excited about Mililani. It's so same, everything same.
So sterile the word?
Yeah. I don't want to be negative about it, but...
Well, why not? I was on a buyer consult the other day, and they were like, we're really looking at Eva, Mililani, or Kailua. What do you think? And I could tell that there was like we aren't really looking at all of those, but those are things we've considered, but we've progressed in this conversation.
Yeah.
But before we tell you, what do you think, right? And so I was like, well, this is Eva. This is Mililani, this is Kailua. And I said, it's Mililani. Like, I live here. It's great. It's just a little boring. There's people with hokas pushing upper baby strollers, and they started rolling. I don't know if they have hokas, but they definitely have an upper baby Vista stroller.
Yeah.
Leave me a comment if you know about that.
Kids on their balance bikes, like all over the place, like on the sidewalks.
Yeah. So what, you'd rather live town?
No. I probably like Kaneohe.
Kaneohe.
Yeah.
For the most part, wherever someone lands,
Yeah.
whether it be Mililani, Salt Lake, Kaneohe, Kailua is an easy one to fall in love with. Even Eva, which is less convenient, less unique, where people land, Kenny being a perfect example, they end up loving it.
Yeah.
Right? Even us, family from here, moved back home, my wife's born and raised, never lived in Mililani.
That's right. She's a Pro City girl, yeah?
She's a Pro City girl.
Yeah, that's right.
Lived in Kunia a little. But we landed here in Mililani, and she's like, you're not moving me. If anyone's ever heard of like DISC personality profile, there's like S, D, like she's not a huge risk taker. She's not trying to disrupt her life every 2 years for profit. But I'm like, it's just a house. So she's like, no, we're here, our routine's here, it's easy to take the kids to school.
Yeah.
Like, why mess that up? We landed in Mililani, so my wife wants to stay in Mililani. That'll probably happen to you when you move here. Or if you're local. And you're like, I don't know, I was raised in town, but I need to buy a single family. Whether you end up in Kaneohe, Eva, or Mililani, you guys are probably going to find a routine, find friends, and end up loving it, right? I wouldn't like to leave this weather, though.
Yeah.
Right now,
it's a nice day.
We'd be hot in Eva right now,
Yes.
right? So that's the thing about Mililani. I wouldn't want to leave. But assuming I have to stay here, I'd want to have something like this. To your point, owning a home is exciting, right?
Yeah.
Upgrading your lifestyle is exciting. But in general, there's not anything super exciting about Mililani. On the perimeter lot, there's that.
Yeah.
You can catch a view, you can catch some vibes, There's a hiking trail over here. If you gotta do Mililani or Mililani Mauka, catch a view.
We're making it like, oh, if you gotta do Mililani
It's
Mauka.
such a first world
That's
problem.
like people's dream neighborhood.
I feel
Like-
so embarrassed by making this video. But my point is, the 40-year-old is like likely to find themselves here.
Yeah.
And so if that is you and you want a little more character or just something to be excited about, it's really like a perimeter lot.
Yeah.
But we're talking bang. You might find a smaller perimeter home, 1.4, like 1.7, sounds about right. You remember the home that we showed on the other side?
Yeah,
Of
with
this
the pool and the jacuzzi on
pool,
the
pool
deck.
house.
And, yeah.
That's, in my mind, that's my dream upgrade. I think it went for 1.9.
Oh, okay. Close to 2 million.
Not that much.
I thought for some reason it was like 1.4 or something.
Oh, yeah,
which is
right.
still a
No,
lot.
it's like 2 million.
You know what like annoys me about Mililani is that it's not like an outside neighborhood. It's like you're outside at the parks playing baseball and like doing that kind of stuff, but it's not like a people hang out all the time outside.
Barbecue game is weak.
Barbecue game is weird.
I mean, Aiden can barbecue some steak.
I want that. When I say, oh, that's Kailua prices. Sure, a 1.7 over here though is like gorgeous. The house, the construction is beautiful. It's very, very nice. It's way newer.
But the 1.7 in Kailua is a lot more character.
Yes.
It's like integrated with nature in a different way.
Yeah, that's what I need. I need like integrated
Nature
in
integration.
nature. Yes.
You don't need Google Smart Home integration. You need
No.
integration with the
Yeah.
with the Mauna, yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's interesting though because when you come into Mililani, it's lined with pine trees.
Yeah.
It's green.
But it's
lush.
also
it's this.
intentional.
That's the thing.
It's like, okay, this is pretty jungle. Like I could mess this up. This is pretty jungle action. From,
Mess it up.
you know what I mean? But it's also like the outskirts. This is not like really like when people think of Mililani, this is not like the thing. I'm like, you got like 5 houses that can accomplish this right in this area.
So like in Kailua, you have Olomana, Maunawili, it's like doing construction. I'm picturing an excavator and they're like, oh, there's a big boulder there. Let's leave it and let's build the house over here. I mean, I'm exaggerating.
Yeah.
Whereas here they were like, let's flatten this shit as much as possible.
Yes.
We will reconstitute trees.
Yes.
But it's not like resort sterile.
No.
So
And
it's
I'm
not
like
Hawaii.
trying to like tear this apart in the only way I can, which is by saying, it's too nice.
Nice.
It's too predictable. Like these are not bad things for home ownership and for like
This is literally evolution from like the Industrial Revolution
Yeah.
to Mililani. Let's go check out some more Mililani. We're in like the Kipapa Elementary side
yes.
of Mililani Shopping Center.
we're in the
Or
food
Mililani.
land.
For Mililanians, I would say the food land.
Yeah.
I would say food land. But since we're talking to the world,
Yes.
they might do a little Kipapa Elementary search.
Papa Elementary. Sure.
People looking at schools. A little professional plaza with banks and things.
Doctors, dentists, chiropractor.
But I've never been to Paradise Ciders. Have
Me
you?
neither. No, I've had
Have you been to
Paradise
Paradise
Ciders,
Cider?
but I've never been to Paradise Ciders.
Aiden, have you been here? So we wanted to find like a brewery, something cool in Mililani to show you guys. Sometimes YouTube gyros,
Gross.
sometimes Greek food, sometimes certain YouTube gurus,
Influencers.
influencers, whether they're real estate or non-real, sometimes people are like, you should do more like showing businesses,
Yeah.
showing breweries. We tend to not do that thing. You guide us. Let us know. What do you
Yeah.
want? Do you want to see more of this? Let's go get a drink.
Okay. Yeah, we were walking in and we noticed
Tasty jerky.
Tasty Jerky. Tasty Jerky Hawaii.
This super thin beef jerky that like crumbles.
It's like
a
chips.
chip. That's not really a thing on the main
and it
line.
doesn't break your teeth and get all stuck everywhere.
Texas, St. Louis jerky. They
Yeah,
want
no.
some thick jerky. you know
No,
what
it's
I
a
mean?
thin chips.
Yeah.
It's like the Lay's of
Now we
beef
gotta buy at
jerky.
least one
yeah,
bag
now we
for
have
sure.
to go.
What, you guys would do some Carolina Reaper?
No. Oh.
I'm not a big fan of the ponzu.
What? You're just
Have
like
you had
the
it?
worst Japanese ever. Chashu or
That's my favorite one so
chasu?
far.
Like how you say them.
I'm not actually, from China.
In Korean places, you go and it's like kalbi or galbi. Like
In the Bay Area, I used to have this classmate friend, and she used to be like, we had good food at the taqueria.
you're
And
like,
I'm like, no. I don't hear you say San Francisco, San Jose,
taqueria,
but it's taqueria. So I don't like chashu. I'm not gonna do that.
Okay.
Did you try the adobo?
My favorite is ponzu.
The ponzu,
That's a way of saying you don't like the adobo.
I gotta say, is the best. Guava is for sure.
No, see,
my
I'd
least
rather it
favorite.
go all the way sweet than partially. If you had a steak, fresh ribeye,
I feel like this is irrelevant already just by the beginning of this question.
you're eating beef jerky. How is it
Okay,
irrelevant?
continue. Let's see.
Or you're gonna pour with like a little like guava jelly sort of reduction thing on the steak, or ponzu.
I literally put miso ponzu sauce on,
On steak?
Yes.
Tomorrow's they make penedeni. It's like shoyu, vinegar, lemon powder. It's ponzu-ish, but then they make it acidic with onions and then doni pepper, like this pepper.
Yeah, that sounds like the stuff my dad makes to dip steak in. Did they finally cut onions in there?
Yeah.
They dip everything in
Everything in
that.
that. Sea salt.
That sounds good.
Honey and pepper. It's good.
You don't look so enthusiastic though. Your wife make pretty good jerky.
Bruh, that's my original recipe. Our jerky hits.
Yeah. I'm gonna need way more than that. I want like literally, I want it inside the cider. You're upgrading or maybe just doing something different in Mililani. I feel like you could be challenged with Koa Ridge.
Why would you say that?
Brand new construction, same builder, Castle and Cook. So a lot of the reason that people like Mililani is the way it kind of looks and the nice residential feel, the craftsmanship of the homes. This is the same builder and it's been the same construction crew from even back then.
You saying nobody retired since 1970?
No, I'm saying it's the same construction team, like all the same companies.
Yeah,
so as far as like the pride in the work, the longevity and the same
Watanabe
vendors.
Electric. I have a family member that manages Watanabe Electric. They did Mililani, they're doing this too. But I didn't buy in Mililani for the house and the craftsmanship. This is a house to me. I didn't buy for those reasons. Waipio is not as cool.
Waipio is pretty cool.
When you go through the gulch,
Yeah.
and then you come into Mililani, it's extra degrees cooler.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's still way more temperate. Like let's talk about if we're like Eva Beach versus Koa Ridge.
Oh,
Huge
no, yeah, it's
difference.
cooler
And
here.
people who are moving to Koa Ridge are like, oh, I like that a lot better than Eva Beach, and it's a lot more like Mililani.
My wife doesn't want to move, right? When we were buying, it was between Mililani and Eva. And when I took her to homes in Eva,
Yeah.
I remember we went into Ocean Point,
Yeah.
and she goes, and back then Dane was still in a car seat, his kids were sleeping, so she goes in, when she comes out, she's like, why'd you bring me here?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't want to live in Eva, but dang, this house is nice.
Yeah.
And so if I'm going to entice my wife to have less convenience to the kids' school and to have a little further commute to work.
It would be for new construction.
Well, this is usually a better commute for most people, but my wife works in the opposite direction. I feel like if I brought her in a model home, then she might be like, okay.
Yeah.
I might be able to entice her with this. In an effort to be objective and talk about how boring and mundane it is and stuff, this is going to be more of the same, right?
Yeah, it's going to be more of the same. And actually, until they fully activate all of this and there's some commercial stuff coming up, it's probably even more boring here. 'Cause
Even worse?
There's like less stuff to do
Where are you
here.
going to go? Costco?
Costco. I could buy $1.50 hot dog.
35-cent soda.
I mean, there's no town center, there's no little plaza, there's no shopping mall. There's some like strip mall type stuff, but it's not.
Even less character.
Yeah, there's just less going
A
on.
suburb in the middle of nothing.
These houses are nice though. Like,
Houses are nice. One of our clients' houses.
I think this is
One of
somebody's
our clients' house.
somebody's house. We won't say who.
We're not going to say names.
Here, over there,
Yeah.
back on the other side, and then actually maybe today or tomorrow, one more.
I don't know how I'm feeling about navy blue house, lime green garage. How
Actually,
you
I
guys-
don't love that either. That's
You-
not lime green. I would say that's more sage / split pea. Sage.
Spit pea. It is not your nails.
No, it's not high vis. Oh, look. My nails match everybody over here. Yes. Okay. But this is Wai'oha. This is more of a CPR style single family home. So you go in, you
What does
turn
that
in
mean
here.
for the people, CPR?
So you share common elements like the driveway that goes in. It's usually smaller lot lines.
Yeah.
They are single family home, but it's a, like a condo style community, meaning you share box mailboxes, things like that.
Slight maintenance fee?
Typically a higher maintenance fee. Like Koa Ridge, all of Koa Ridge will have some type of maintenance fee or association fee,
Yeah.
but a CPR development like this will have a higher maintenance fee.
Which color house you guys going over here? I think I'm going burgundy.
That one, I'm going burgundy for sure.
going burgundy?
Oh, heck yeah. It gives like barn.
Barn,
It's
yeah.
giving me barn feeling.
Yeah, barn.
And this area, it's red
A
dirt.
little bit farm.
It's red dirt.
Oh, that too, the red dirt.
Yeah, I don't want to,
That's the thing about owning new construction in Hawaii.
yeah.
You're gonna have red dirt. Like, look at these sidewalks. No windows open
Everybody
for a few
hates
years.
red dirt as far as it dirtying up all your stuff, but at the same time, that's if you're gonna build on something, red dirt is it. Like,
Why?
Because it's like stable. It like doesn't shift around. Like other areas like
Like
Kapolei
foundation now.
and Eva Beach, they have to do like the cross wire type foundation as opposed to just being able to lay here because this land is settled and it's not moving. You have a lot more movement in the other area.
What color are you going, Aiden?
This
You
one right
going blue
here?
and green? Really?
The blue and gray.
Oh, blue and gray. What color are you going, Kenji?
You're gonna go sage, you're going blue, you're going
Spit pea.
I like the sandstorm.
Sandstorm. This ain't no Tacoma, bro. It ain't no Chevy, Colorado.
That's cactus gray.
All right, guys, thanks for coming along and learning about my first world problems. I am attempting to move, so if you have a house to sell, well, one, if you just have a house to sell, we want to know, because we either want to help you get the most for it, teach you how to keep it so you don't get out of this market.
Or we may have a buyer looking for something just like it already.
We have the buyers.
Yeah.
There's a slight chance I might buy it. Anyways, hit us up for all your real estate needs. I am probably moving in the next year or two. We bought this little house. It's time to fleet up, do something different. If you had to guess, what will I end up doing?
You're gonna stay in Mililani Mauka. And you're gonna get a slightly bigger house. I think you should consider Koa Ridge.
Are you trying to earn a commission?
I mean, I'm pretty familiar. If you needed help in Koa Ridge, call me.
Hit us up.